My child, listen closely, for heaven is speaking to you right now. Something amazing is going to happen to you today. This is not a dream, not a wish, not a random thought that appeared in your mind. This is a divine appointment written in heaven, long before you took your first breath. You didn't find these words by accident. Heaven chose this exact moment to find you. I have been waiting for this day, the day when you would stop long enough to hear my voice again, the day when my promise would finally reach your heart. Angels have been watching, waiting, holding their breath for this very second, because they know that everything in your life is about to shift. You have walked through many days that felt heavy, many nights that felt endless, and you have wondered, if I still see you, if I still care, if anything good could still come for you. But I tell you today, yes, my child, something amazing is going to happen to you today. This day carries my mark. This moment carries my touch. You are standing at the edge of a miracle, and heaven is already moving on your behalf. Even as you read these words, I'm working behind the scenes, arranging things you cannot see moving, people opening doors, healing wounds, preparing blessings that are on their way to you. This is not just another morning, not just another hour passing by. This is the hour. Heaven has chosen to begin your breakthrough. I have watched you hold on through storms that should have broken you. I have seen your tears fall silently while you tried to stay strong. I have heard your whispered prayers in the dark, the ones you didn't think anyone heard. I collected every tear. I counted every sigh. I remembered every word you prayed. And today I say to you, those prayers were never lost. They have been growing in heaven's soil. And today, the first bloom of your miracle begins to rise. I have seen the seasons of pain and confusion you walked through, and though they felt endless, they were never wasted. I was preparing something in you, something that would be ready for this exact moment. You see, my beloved, there are no accidents in my kingdom. Every step you took, every delay, every disappointment, all of it was leading here. When you thought I was silent, I was writing your story. When you thought I was far away, I was standing closer than your next breath. And now here you are, right on time, right where I planned for you to be, reading the words that were written with your name in mind. You are not late, you are not behind, and you have not missed your moment. Heaven's timing is perfect, and today heaven has chosen you. I know how hard it has been to believe. The waiting has been long, the answers have seemed distant. You have watched others receive what you prayed for and wondered if I forgot you. But my child, I never forget. I have carved your name into the palms of my hands. Every heartbeat of yours is known to me. Every hair on your head is counted. Is greater than music. Is greater than. You are more seen, more loved, and more protected than you realize. And because you have kept walking even when it hurt, even when you didn't understand, I'm about to surprise you. What is coming will make sense of everything that did. What is coming will make you whisper, only God could have done this. Something amazing is going to happen to you today. Not by your effort, not by your plan, but by my spirit. This is not about luck or chance. It is about divine timing. You have stepped into the moment that heaven has been preparing for you. You don't have to do anything extraordinary. You just have to believe. As you open your heart, even now something is shifting in the unseen. My peace is entering places where anxiety once ruled. My joy is touching the corners of your heart that forgot how to feel alive. My light is breaking through the clouds that surrounded you. The heaviness that has followed you will begin to lift. Is greater than music, is greater than, and the burden you have carried will start to loosen its grip. Is greater than, music is greater than. Right now heaven is closer than you think. Angels are moving around you, arranging music, things that are about to unfold. You may not feel it yet, but soon you will see the evidence. You will see favor where there was rejection, opportunities where there were closed doors, answers where there was only silence. I am turning things around faster than you expect in ways you cannot imagine. The same power that raised the dead is working in your situation. The same love that created the stars is working in your heart. Is greater than music, is greater than. Do you feel that warmth rising inside you? That is my presence. Is greater than music, is greater than. That is heaven drawing near. You are being surrounded by the same love that has followed you since your first breath. Every time you doubted, I stayed. Is greater than music, is greater than. Every time you wandered, I waited. Every time you cried, I came closer. And now I am here speaking through these words, reminding you that your story is not over. It is just beginning again. The past is behind you, and this moment is the doorway to something new. You are stepping into a season where things will finally start to make sense, where you will see my hand in every detail and realize that nothing was wasted. Type Amen. Mercy rewrites your story because you are living proof of my grace. My child, I want you to know, what is about to happen will not be small. It will not be hidden, and it will not be fragile. It will be clear, undeniable, and beautiful. I am about to do something that will make you lift your hands and say, God remembered me. I am about to fill your heart with a peace so deep that even your enemies will notice the change in you. I am about to send a joy that will replace the sadness that's been sitting quietly in your soul. You will wake up differently, you will think differently, and you will breathe differently. Because when heaven moves, everything changes, and heaven is moving right now. You have waited long enough. You have hoped through your tears long enough. You have wondered long enough. Now is the time I have chosen. You will not have to chase this blessing. It is coming straight to you. It will find you right where you are, just as this message did. I sent this to you because I knew you needed to hear it, because I knew the exact moment when your heart would be ready to receive it. This is no coincidence. This is divine precision. I chose this very minute to reach you, to tell you that something amazing is going to happen to you today. I am doing this, not because you earned it, but simply because I love you. Not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. I am faithful even when you doubt. I am merciful even when you fall. I am generous even when you feel undeserving. And my love for you is bigger than your mistakes, stronger than your fears, and deeper than your pain. Today, that love is about to reveal itself in ways that will leave you speechless. You have been asking for a sign, for proof that I still see you. This is it. I am speaking directly to you now, through this very message, to remind you that heaven knows your name. The plan I have for you is still alive, and the promises I made are still active. The breakthrough you have been waiting for has not been canceled. It has been prepared for this exact day. You are not forgotten. You are favored. You are not abandoned. You are chosen. You are not behind. You are right on schedule. So lift your head, my child. The weight is lifting. The season is shifting. The breakthrough is beginning. Something amazing is going to happen to you today. Heaven has chosen this exact moment to visit you. Believe it. Receive it. Hold on to it. For before this day ends, you will begin to see signs of what I am doing. Stay with me until the end, for your breakthrough begins in these words. My child, while you cried, I was building what you prayed for. Every tear you shed was not forgotten, not ignored, not wasted. It fell into my hands and became a seed in the soil of your destiny. You thought your pain was pointless, but heaven never wastes pain. Every heartbreak, every disappointment, every long night of wondering why, it all had a purpose. You thought you were being broken, but you were being built. You thought you were being delayed, but you were being prepared, even in the seasons when you could not see me. I was working behind the scenes, arranging every detail, aligning every step, turning what was meant to harm you into the foundation that will carry your blessing. You cried and thought I was silent, but I was listening to every word your heart could not say. You thought I was far away, but I was closer than ever, watching over you as I shaped what you could not yet see. I was teaching you to trust in the dark, so you would recognize my light when it came. I was stretching your faith, not to hurt you, but to make room for what I was about to place in your hands. You asked for something big, something beyond what you could imagine. and I had to prepare you for it. I had to make sure that when it came, it wouldn't crush you but complete you. Every tear was counted. Every prayer was recorded. Every sigh, every question, every moment of frustration reached my throne. You didn't see me moving, but I was working in the silence. I was talking to hearts you haven't met yet, moving people into position, touching places you haven't walked yet, and arranging things that will soon meet you at the right moment. You thought nothing was changing, but everything was aligning. Every delay was divine direction. Every closed door was my protection. Every unanswered prayer was an answer you didn't yet understand. When you felt that everything was falling apart, I was holding everything together. I was protecting you from paths that would have broken you too soon. I was closing doors that looked like opportunities but hid pain behind them. I was holding back certain blessings because I knew they would have been too heavy to carry in the season you were in. My timing is not slow, it is strategic. What feels like waiting to you is working to me. I do not move by your clock. I move by eternity's design. I know the perfect moment when all things must come together, and I never miss that moment. You thought the silence meant I had stopped working, but the silence was my strategy. I was building the roots before showing the fruit. Just as the seed must stay hidden in the ground before it blooms, I hid my plan beneath the surface of your pain. While you were waiting, the miracle was growing. While you were praying, the answer was forming. While you were tired, I was strengthening what would last. You saw a delay, I saw development. You saw endings, I saw beginnings. You saw loss, I saw preparation for something greater. You have been asking me, why did it take so long? But if you had received what you prayed for when you first asked, it would not have fit the version of you I was creating. I had to shape your heart to handle the blessing. I had to grow your patience so you could hold peace when things took time. I had to teach you trust so you would not let fear steal your miracle. I was preparing not only the promise for you, but you for the promise. What I am building requires a sentival, and sometimes that means breaking old patterns, healing old wounds, and removing people or things that could not go where you are going. Do you not know, my beloved, that I am a careful builder? I do not throw together blessings, I craft them. Every detail of your story has been touched by my hand. The paths that seem twisted will one day make perfect sense. The days you thought were wasted will become proof that I never left. I see the entire picture, not just the pieces you hold. And when you finally step into what I have been preparing, you will realize that every waiting moment was worth it. We create each message to bring peace, hope, and closeness to God into your life. If you feel blessed by our content, please consider supporting us through super thanks. Your kindness keeps this mission alive. Even now, angels are moving on your behalf. They have been sent ahead to open doors that were once locked, to make the way clear before you take your next step. There are blessings already on their way to meet you. Divine connections, unexpected favor, answers that have been waiting for the right time to appear. The things that once felt impossible are about to unfold easily, not because of your strength, but because of my alignment. You will soon look back and see how perfectly everything fits together. The timing is greater than the people, the moments. You thought I was taking too long, but I was waiting until the right hearts were ready to receive you. Is greater than music, is greater than until the right doors were prepared to open for you. I was aligning situations so that when I said now everything would fall into place quickly. You will soon see what it means when I say that a single day of my favor can accomplish more than a lifetime of your effort. What used to take years will now happen in days. What used to drain you will now flow with ease. Is greater than music, is greater than. The very places that once rejected you will open their arms to welcome you. I know you have asked me why certain people left, why certain plans fell apart, why certain dreams seemed to die. But I want you to hear me. Nothing that left you was ever meant to stay. Is greater than music, is greater than. I removed what was temporary, so that what is eternal could find space to grow. I took away what looked good so I could give you what is right. I closed those chapters not to punish you, but to prepare you for the new story I am writing. You are stepping into a new beginning, and everything that happened before was setting the stage for this. My child, today marks the start of manifestation. What was spiritual is now visible. What I promised in private will soon be seen in public. A maggiore di music is greater than. What you prayed for in tears, you will soon hold with joy. The seeds you planted in faith are breaking through the soil. The waiting has not been wasted. It has been working for you. The heavens are opening, and the answers you've been waiting for are coming down like rain. You are about to see the things I whispered come to life before your eyes. You may not feel ready, but I have made you ready. You may not understand how, but I have already finished what I began. Today I breathe new strength into your spirit. I remove the heaviness of waiting and replace it with a peace of knowing that your time has come. Every unseen moment, every hidden season, every painful delay, music has brought you here. This is the beginning of the unveiling. This is the moment where faith turns into sight, where promise becomes reality, where prayers become testimonies. So lift your eyes, my beloved. Heaven is moving. The earth is responding. Is greater than music. Is greater than. You are standing in the middle of divine alignment. What I have been building in the unseen is about to appear in your life. Do not fear the unknown. I am already there. Is greater than music. Is greater than the things that once confused. You will soon confirm my faithfulness. Today is not just another day. It is the start of the manifestation you've been waiting for. Watch closely, for I am about to turn the invisible into the visible, and you will know that every tear, every prayer, and every waiting moment was worth it. My child, I saw when you felt forgotten, when the world seemed to move on, and you stood still, wondering if I still remembered your name. I saw you staring into the night, questioning why heaven was so quiet. When your heart was breaking, you prayed with all the faith you had left, and when no answer came, you thought maybe I wasn't listening. You watched others receive what you asked for, and a deep ache formed inside you. A whisper that said, "Why not me?" But I want you to hear me clearly now. I never forgot you. I never turned away. I never left. My silence was not my absence. It was my preparation. When everything around you grew still, when doors refused to open, when prayers seemed to echo back without response, I was closer than ever. I was teaching your heart how to trust, even when you couldn't trace my hand. I was shaping your faith in the quiet, so you could carry what I was preparing to give you. I was building strength in your spirit for blessings that will require endurance. I was teaching you to stand, not by sight, but by faith, because faith built in silence is the kind that can stand in storms. You thought I wasn't moving, but I was working louder than ever, in ways you couldn't see. My work doesn't always make noise. Sometimes, the greatest miracles are formed in stillness, just as the seed grows beneath the soil, unseen by the human eye. Your miracle was taking root in silence. If you could have seen beneath the surface, you would have known that what looked like delay was divine design. While you waited, I was weaving together every detail, preparing the right people, the right timing, the right place. Nothing was standing still, even when you were. Do you remember how many times you prayed and felt like the heavens were closed? Do you remember how you whispered, "Lord, are you still there?" I was there, in every whisper. I was in the quiet, listening to every unspoken word. My spirit hovered over you in the long nights, when you couldn't sleep, holding you, when you felt too weak to hold yourself. I saw your tears, and though you thought they disappeared, I caught them all. I counted them as prayers. Every sigh, every ache, every moment you thought no one noticed. I noticed. I saw how hard it was for you to keep believing when nothing changed. But your faith, even when small, was precious to me. The silent seasons are not punishment. They are preparation. You asked me to make you strong, and I did it in silence. You asked me to take you deeper, and I took you into stillness. Music. You asked me to trust my plan, and I gave you moments where only trust could carry you. I did not abandon you. I was training you. I was removing your dependence on what you could see, so that your faith could rest on who I am. The silence was never empty. It was filled with my purpose. Just like a seed hidden under the ground, you were buried in the unseen. The soil was dark, the pressure was heavy, and you wondered if you had been forgotten. But the truth is, I planted you, and everything planted by my hand must grow. You could not see it, but the roots were forming the strength, the wisdom, the patience, and the resilience you would need for the season ahead. The darkness was not the end. It was the beginning. I was growing you in secret so that when your time came, the fruit would last. When you felt overlooked, I was setting the stage for your unveiling. When you felt delayed, I was aligning timing that could not fail. When you felt forgotten, I was preparing to make you unforgettable in the purpose I've written for you. You saw stillness. I saw structure. You saw nothing happening. I saw everything coming together. My timing has never been off, not once. Every second you spent in silence was working for your good. The world measures time in minutes and hours, but I measure it in purpose. Nothing was wasted. Not the tears, not the questions, not the waiting. Do you remember how you almost gave up? How you said, "Lord, I can't do this anymore." And yet somehow, you kept going. That strength was me. The whisper that told you to hold on just one more day. That was me. I never let you go. Even when your faith felt too small to hold on to me, I was holding on to you. Every step you took in the dark was still a step toward your destiny. I was walking beside you, even when you thought you were walking alone. I know how much the silence hurt. I know how confusing it was to believe while seeing nothing. But faith grows in the soil of silence. When the noise fades, my voice becomes clearer. Music. I was teaching you to hear me in whispers, to recognize my presence, not just in blessings but in stillness. Because when you can hear me in the quiet, no storm will ever silence my voice again. The same stillness, music, that once felt like emptiness, will now become your place of strength. You asked for answers, but I gave you peace instead, because sometimes peace is the greater miracle. You asked music. You asked for open doors, but I gave you closed ones because I knew the wrong door would harm you. You asked for speed, but I slowed you down because what I am building in you needs roots, not rush. My child, every not yet from me was not a denial. It was protection. If I had given you everything when you wanted it, it would have broken you. But now, after the waiting, after the stillness, you are ready to receive it. Comment, Amen. Your breakthrough season is here. If you sense change all around you, you will soon understand why it took time. You will see why I had to say no to certain things and certain people. You will see that my silence was building a strength inside you that nothing can destroy. You will see that every quiet day, every unanswered prayer, was heaven preparing something far better than what you asked for. The season that looked like nothing was happening was actually the season where I was doing the most. Even now I am breaking the silence with movement. Things are shifting in your favor. The same God who watched you cry in silence is now sending you joy and abundance. The same place where you waited will become the place where you are blessed. The stillness that tested you is now releasing what I promised you. What once felt like delay was divine positioning. You were never forgotten. You were being prepared for something greater than you ever dreamed. And now the soil that once buried you will reveal what it was hiding. What was unseen will be seen. What was whispered will be shouted. What was growing in silence will bloom in beauty. You are stepping out of the quiet season into the revealing one. You will soon say, "Now I understand." For I, your God, was never quiet because I did not care. I was quiet because I was creating. My silence was not the end. It was the setup. and what I have prepared for you is ready to be revealed. The wait is over, my child. The time has come. My beloved child, heaven has chosen this exact day for your release. This is the moment creation has been waiting for. The moment when heaven itself leans close and declares, "It is time." You may not see it yet with your eyes, but all of heaven already knows that your breakthrough season has begun. The waiting is ending, the doors are opening, the chains are breaking, and the weight you have carried for so long is being lifted from your shoulders. The silence that once surrounded you is breaking open with the sound of divine movement. Angels are rejoicing. The heavens are filled with music, for your name has been spoken in the courts of glory, and a new chapter has been written over your life. You have reached the turning point, the shift that generations of prayers and tears have led you to. Everything that was working against you is being turned to work for you. Every delay, every disappointment, every battle, it has all brought you here, to this holy intersection where my mercy meets your faith. I say to you now, the season of holding on is becoming the season of stepping in. The season of praying is becoming the season of receiving. The season of breaking is becoming the season of breakthrough. The angels that watched you cry are now dancing, for what was once a season of weeping is transforming into a season of joy. You cannot see them, but they are moving around you, carrying instructions, carrying blessings, carrying answers that have been waiting for my word to be released. I have given that word now. The word has gone forth from my mouth, and it will not return void. It will accomplish what I send it to do. It will bring release, restoration, and renewal. You are stepping into a new atmosphere, an atmosphere of favor, of peace, of divine acceleration. Do you feel that stirring in your heart? That is heaven touching earth through you. It is the signal that things are shifting in your favor. I am rewriting what was written against you. I am overturning what the enemy thought would destroy you. I am opening doors that have been locked for years. What was once impossible is becoming possible, not by your power, but by mine. The heavens have spoken your name, and that name has carried through the halls of eternity. Where there was once resistance, now there is release. Where there was once delay, now there is divine speed. My child, I want you to understand that this moment is not small. It may feel quiet around you, but in the spirit, there is thunder. The kind of thunder that announces victory, the kind of sound that shakes chains off souls. What I am doing in you right now will echo through generations. This is the moment I have been preparing you for, the moment when your story begins to shine with my glory. I have been weaving the threads of your pain into a tapestry of beauty, and now the pattern is about to be revealed. You will look back at this day and say, that was when everything changed. I have watched your faith, even in its smallest moments, and it moved heavens. And every time you prayed when you did not feel strong enough, I smiled. Every time you chose forgiveness over bitterness, the angels rejoiced. Every time you whispered, I still trust you, even through tears, you released power into the heavens that shattered the enemy's plans. You thought your faith was weak, but it was enough to move mountains. You thought your obedience was unnoticed, but it became a fragrance before my throne. Even your smallest act of faith carried eternal weight. Heaven has been preparing for this moment long before you knew it existed. While you were sleeping, angels were aligning what you will soon walk into. They were arranging meetings, moving hearts and setting divine connections in motion. The heavens have been busy, child. Every detail of what is coming has been designed with you in mind. The blessing that is on its way will not miss you. The door that is opening will not close before you enter. The opportunity I have prepared will not pass you by. I have written your timing into the slave scrolls of heaven, and no power can erase what I have decreed. You are about to witness how powerful my hand truly is. I am sending clarity where confusion lived. I am sending provision where lack dwelled. I am sending peace into the places that have been filled with fear. The season of scraping by is turning into a season of overflow. You have been faithful with little, and now I will trust you with much. I am not only blessing you, I am positioning you to bless others. The same comfort I gave you in your trials will now flow through you to others who are still waiting. The heavens are alive with movement right now. The air around you may feel the same, but the atmosphere has shifted. Things are happening in the unseen that are about to show up in the natural. Doors are opening that you didn't even know existed. Favor is coming from directions you never expected. People who once overlooked you will now remember you. Places that once rejected you will now welcome you. I am aligning circumstances so precisely that when it happens, you will know it could only have been me. Do not doubt what you cannot yet see. The same hand that shaped the stars is the hand that is guiding your future. The same voice that spoke the universe into being is the voice that now says, "It is time." My plans for you are still yes and amen. The things I promised long ago are still alive. Even if you feel unqualified, even if you feel undeserving, I have already qualified you by my grace. You are not entering this season because of what you've done, but because of who I am. I am faithful to finish what I start, and I am finishing what I began in you. My child, heaven does not rejoice lightly. When heaven celebrates, it is because victory has already been won, and right now heaven rejoices over you. Music, your story once filled with pain, will now be filled with glory. The years that the enemy tried to steal are being restored. Music, the moments you thought were wasted are being redeemed. You are walking out of the wilderness, music, and into promise. The chains that held you are snapping, one by one. The fears that chased you are dissolving. You are not bound anymore. You are free. I know. You have waited a long time. I know the waiting wore you down. But this is the day. The waiting ends. You are not at the end. You are at the beginning of something new. The doors that were locked have heard my command, and they cannot remain shut. The barriers that block you are falling. The walls that hid you are coming down. You will not have to push as hard as before. Things will begin to flow naturally, because the timing has turned. You will begin to see my fingerprints everywhere, in conversations and opportunities, in peace that passes understanding. Child, even the earth responds to heaven's command. When I say breakthrough, everything obeys. The same way the sea parted for Moses, the same way the walls fell for Joshua, the same way prison doors opened for Paul, so will obstacles move for you. You are walking into a season where heaven and earth agree concerning your destiny. Creation itself is aligning with the sound of your purpose. And when you feel that sudden peace wash over you, know that it is not your imagination. It is heaven confirming that it is done. I am not preparing to bless you. I already have. I am not planning to release you. I already did. The moment you said yes in your heart, heaven responded with movement. The manifestation is unfolding now. You may not understand everything, but you will feel the shift. Music, you will wake up one morning and sense that something has changed. The heaviness will lift, the confusion will fade, and joy will rise. Where sorrow once lived, this will not be temporary. Music, this is lasting change. Divine transformation. You are entering a season of open doors, answered prayers, and fulfilled promises. Say amen. Restoration is coming if you believe He is rebuilding your life. And share this video.